It is time to introduce one of boxing's brightest stars. He has millions of followers on Instagram, but don't let the social media fame fool you. He throws a mean left hook and has quick hands. I'm, of course, talking about Victorville's finest, Ryan Garcia. Ryan, how are you? And how hyped are you to headline at the home of the Lakers at Crypto Arena this Saturday against Javier Fortuna?
I'm in Woodland Hills right now at my camp space, and I'm excited to fight at the Crypto.com arena. Uh, it used to be called Staples Center, and you had Kobe Bryant playing in it. You had all legends, performing from artists to athletes, and I think it's an honor that I get to fight in that arena, headline it, and I'm looking to do something iconic and legendary because of so many legendary things that have happened in that arena. So, the energy's there. I'm ferocious. I'm ready to do my thing.
Yeah, Ryan, it must be a special feeling to headline a fight at Staples Center. I'm not going to call it the Crypto. I'm still at Staples Center. But for you being from Victorville, the high desert, how much family you're going to have there, coming from the Cajon Pass, the 510 freeway? And should we kind of expect, some celebrities to be there too, being in LA?
Yeah, you could definitely expect a lot of celebrities there. We got LeBron James coming, Jamie Foxx, um, Aaron Donald, and many other celebrities that are going. So you could expect, A-list celebrities to go. You could also expect my family to be there, my friends to be there, all the people that I know and love that I've because I grew up in Southern California, so I have so many people that I know. So it's gonna be a hometown fight, and expect good energy and good vibes in the arena.
Ryan, I like how you said that. LeBron James, Aaron Donald, not really a big deal to you. You're used to kind of celebrities ringside for your fights. But Ryan, actually, this fight with Javier Fortuna was supposed to happen a year ago in LA, too. It didn't work out. But here we are a year later in July, too, which is kind of crazy. Do you feel like that taking that time away for a few months to kind of get your mind right was the right move for you? And do you think now with that time off, you're a better version of yourself in and out of the ring?
I'm a better version of myself in and out of the ring. That is correct. I can confirm that. I'm wiser. I'm smarter. I'm more in tune. Oh, but yeah, same shit's gonna happen. I'm gonna beat his ass no matter what. He's gonna get knocked out.
Ryan, let me. You were training with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo for a while, but that didn't work out. Now you're with Joe Guzman. Can you tell us how that partnership is going, and kind of what are some of the differences you've kind of learned and taken away from training with Joe?
You know what? Both of them are great trainers. At the end of the day, I don't have anything, to say any more about this situation. Just know that I'm ready to whoop ass July 16th. I already talk about. Everybody asks me about Canelo and they make it seem like I want to talk about it, but I don't. I just want to, whip somebody's ass July 16th, which I am.
When you look at Wright Javier and his style of boxing, why do you feel like you're going to knock him out on Saturday?
Because he likes to fight and he wants to throw punches, and I'm a great counter puncher. It's what I do. It's what I've done in the amateurs to now. So anybody who tries to throw punches at me and doesn't really think about what they're doing, they're gonna get knocked out because I just have a gift on how to time people and catch them coming in. I'm good at doing that. It's no secret. So that's why I feel like I'm gonna knock him out. There's a high chance, and even if he doesn't want to throw or engage, since I've been boxing, consistently now, not with time apart, I'm way more in tune in my boxing ability as well, and I'm really understanding myself as a fighter. So, I'll be able to hawk this guy down if he decides to do a takeout.
Ryan, I know you don't want to talk about much about Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, but I guess does part of you kind of like not happy with the way things ended, or are you kind of okay, like you mentioned, moving on?
I'm okay moving on. He has his career. I have my career. All I can do is the best I can do in my career. I mean, there's nothing that I'm gonna say or he can say to stop me from getting to where I'm at. They could all try to bring me down, Floyd, Canelo, all of them. They could try all they want, but at the end of the day, I'm in control of what I do and what my destiny is by making the right choices and performing well. That's all I can do. You know, Stay consistent in the gym, be honest with myself, and do what I do. That's it.
Yeah. And Ryan, like you mentioned with Javier Fortuna, you're expecting a knockout, and you mentioned Floyd Mayweather. So I got to ask you about the big fight that people want
I'm not really expecting a knockout. I'm
Okay.
just saying that there's a high chance. Like betting on it would be like 8 out of 10 chance he gets knocked out. But again, nothing's guaranteed. I just know when I'm hitting him, I'm not gonna just keep looking at him see if he gets knocked out. I'm gonna just keep hitting him. So whether one punch does it or many, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, you gotta have the confidence. So I like it, Ryan. But you've been calling out Tank Davis. I gotta ask you about that one, and people want to hear about that fight. If things goes well, like you're planning, Ryan, for Saturday, can we see that fight later this year with Gervonta? Happening for the showdown.
One thing's for certain, we both want to fight each other. So, and he seems like a person that would be willing to get it done somehow, some way. So if me and him could come together and figure it out, do the numbers and get it all correct, I feel like we could fight in December. I mean, perfect time for me. July, August, September, October. Yeah, 4 months kind of. Yeah, it's perfect. I wanted to fight 3 times this year, so it would be perfect to fight Gervonta Davis at the end and go into 2023 and just destroy it. After I beat Gervonta, that would be a great 2023 coming up.
Hey, I think Ryan wants to play Santa Claus and give us all that great fight between Tank Davis and him.
Exactly. Just this gift, you gotta buy yourself, but what I mean. But we're gonna give you the fight, but you just gotta buy it.
Oh no, of course, and people are gonna buy that fight. But I gotta ask you, between you and him, who's side A?
I don't really. Whatever the numbers say, side A, side B is. I don't really have. I know what I bring to the table. I know that us together we make a huge fight. I do great, ticket sales fighting Takeout. You know what I mean? Fighting Fortuna people that majority of the fans don't know, and I sell a lot of tickets. But again, whatever the numbers say, I don't mind. If he's 60-40, I'm about 60-40. Whatever the data says, let's go for it, and we could go from there. Because I don't want it to be an ego thing. I just want it to be a numbers thing.
Do you care where that fight takes place, or do you want kind of the Las Vegas kind of classic that everybody has for big fights?
I want Vegas or LA. I want to do the SoFi Stadium, if anything, in LA, and just sell that out, go crazy. But whatever they want to do.
So you want to be the first? You want to be the first boxer to take on SoFi Stadium?
Yeah, I think that would be a sellout, and I think that we'll have one of the biggest events in LA of probably the biggest event in LA in 2022 for sure.
Ryan, you mentioned the Takeout fight in San Antonio. That was your first fight, like in over a year, I think 15 months. How did you feel you did in that fight? I know it wasn't a knockout, but you got the win.
I mean, I did what I could do at that time. I knocked him down. I hurt him 3 times in the fight. I won every round. There wasn't much that I could do other than just keep pressing. He kept holding me, and he kept, trying to survive. When a guy's pure goal is to survive, some people can become successful in that because that's just, that's their main focus in the fight. His manager even told me after I hit him in the first round, he was like, I don't want no part of this. Like, basically, I'd rather just survive this fight, you know what I mean, and just live to fight on another day. But I wasn't even at my best, I feel like, because after a year and a half, it's hard to know what to do when you're in that moment. You haven't been in that moment in a while. I hadn't fought in front of a crowd. I didn't know how to ignore the crowd. I was paying attention to the expectations of a knockout and this and that. Now I'm more focused, and I could see the truth more. That it doesn't really matter. Just do what you do, and that's it. And that's what I was kind of missing at that point because I hadn't been in the ring a long time, and I'm an entertainer, so I like to entertain. But the guy didn't want to fight, so like my coach said, you can't have heart for 2 people. You can only have heart for yourself. So I tried, but kudos to him. I actually like Takeout. Takeout is actually a cool guy. I hope the best for him.
Ryan, where do you rank yourself in the lightweight division? There's David Haney.
The best. That's it. The best. There's no other question. I would never put another fighter in front of me ever in my life. I don't have that in me. I have a competitive spirit in me. You would have to make me realize it by firsthand. There's no way I could see anybody beating me, just because of my determination to get better or to figure it out. Whatever's in front of me, you'll see me make the adjustments. I'm not even a pressure fighter, but you see how I pressured Luke Campbell. I just figure it out. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to figure it out. And if they're not thinking like me at this fast pace, I'll be able to beat them. So, these guys, they're good. Don't get me wrong. The whole weight division is good. You don't get here by just being average. They're all above average fighters. But I'm just that much better. I'm probably levels, stories better, talent wise, faster, stronger, explosive, timing, reflexes. Plus, I'm not ignorant to not try to get better. I want to get better. I want to get better in my skill level, in my defense, everything I'm doing, constantly working, like what is working, what's not working. And that's how I excel myself. So I can't wait to fight these guys not to prove anybody wrong, but just to beat their ass because I'm competitive. I just really want to do it for myself to know that I'm the best in this division. I know I'm the best. I just have to get to that spot where we fight, we make a bunch of money because that's going to live on for our family. But my deep down in my soul, it's all competition. That's all I'm about. So that's why I want to fight so bad. I have a strong competitive spirit in everything I do.
Your competitive spirit, was that from you developed from a kid when you were a kid?
Yeah. No matter what I did, I tried my all in it, and if I messed up, I figured it out. So I always knew that even if I didn't have it, all figured out at one point, I knew that I would get there by just constantly talking to God, talking to myself, and trying to figure it out. I said, God, how do I do this? Because I have the talent. I'm athletic. I have, everything I need. I have all the gifts. I just got to put it all together. And once I do, they got to run because it's dangerous. Man, I'm really a weapon at some point. You know what I mean? I hit you with a left hook. It's like getting hit by a hammer. That shit's not fun to get hit by.
So when you walk through TSA, do you have to get stopped and they tell you, hey, we need to get you over here, and they need to search you because you're a weapon?
So they handcuff my left arm. It's weird. They handcuff one side of my arm. Like, yo, why not my right? They're like, you haven't got enough knockouts in your right. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm all pissed. I'm like, just can you do the other hand too? They're like, nah, just the left. I'm like, all right, like too dangerous.
Now that I think about it, Ryan, did you show Damian Lillard the left hook a little bit when you guys were sparring a little bit?
And Damian didn't want none of this smoke. You know what I mean? He wanted to dribble basketballs all day. He wanted to shoot threes. I told him, we're not shooting threes, Damian. This is some real work. Nah, I love that guy. He got a lot. He's pretty competitive himself. He wants to learn boxing. He has pretty good technique. He does. So he'll probably fight later down the line, I think, when his career is over with. Like, just, the celebrity stuff. I feel like he'll get a match in for sure.
Ryan, when you meet these guys, I mean, other sports figures, how much fun is it to talk about other sports? I mean, talking to Damian about basketball, talking to other guys about different sports. Do you have fun kind of doing that and chopping it up with guys from different sports?
Man, I have fun in almost everything that I do, and because I love to learn about their sport or their culture, or what the little nuances are in their sport, because I know what the little things that people don't see in mine. So when I have these conversations with these guys, I just want to see where their mentality is at. And it's crazy. I will say this: boxing is the hardest sport. Like, the way I see other people, not that they don't train hard, but the amount of dedication it takes in boxing is tenfold higher than most sports. Like, they work hard, don't get me wrong. They put their work in. But the level of mental determination it takes in boxing is like no other. It's nothing compares to it, other than maybe MMA. But again, boxing's been around so long. I just think that boxing is still, for the strategy-wise, boxing is the hardest. Right. I know MMA, you got the takedowns, but in boxing, it's just your hands. You got to stay creative. You got to stay, active. You know what I mean? You can see the difference when an MMA fighter goes into boxing. Their striking, it's nowhere near where it was in the octagon. Why? because boxing, their striking is levels above. You know, the danger to me in boxing is a little, surprisingly, I think more than MMA. I know you got kicks and all that in MMA, but as you can see, a lot of MMA fighters are not even punch drunk. Why is that? Because boxing is more dangerous. They hit harder. It's a lot more punches. You can hit a lot longer. You know what I mean? It's a dangerous chess game. So to me, it's like boxing is the highest level of mental determination. And I think that's why a lot of these athletes have respect for me, even though, you know, contrary to what all these weirdos say on the internet, you know, about me, but all the other people that are at the highest level, they respect me, and they respect what I do. So I think to me, that's what keeps me level-headed between all this hate and negativity I receive every day. Is the people that really are doing something give me respect.
And Ryan, going off of that for the last question, speaking of mental strength, you mentioned the Luke Campbell fight. You were at the top of your game, the nasty left hook to the body, and you decided to take a break for mental health reasons. You know, was that a hard decision for you and people who are going through the same thing you went through? What advice do you share for that?
My situation was a little tricky. It hit me out of nowhere. So I thought everything was good and dandy, but I lost track of truth, and like, and I was so, I think I was so high from that win, and like I didn't ever come down. So I never had the time to like decompress, go on vacation. You know, I didn't even have a drink after the fight. I was so focused on the next fight. You know what I mean? I never even had time to really like talk to God about it, relax, you know, like chill. He was like, fight Tank, go for it. You know what I mean? And then, oh, this Manny Pacquiao shit they threw at me. You know, everybody threw these lies, twisted truths, all at me at once. Then narrated like I'm some type of lie. So it was so many things. So I can't even give advice on that because it was so specific that it would have threw anybody, you know, for a loop. You would have been like, what the, you know what I mean? What's going on here? But what I would say, coming to like, to advice for anxiety and depression and things that people go through every day, anybody, it doesn't matter if you're an athlete or not. I can speak on that because I do have that at times. What I try to do when I'm dealing with anxiety is really look at the truth of it. Why am I feeling anxious at this moment? If there is no reason, then maybe it has something to do where I'm not doing anything. Because most of the time I'm nervous is when I'm alone and just to myself. So I thought to myself, maybe if I get up and find my routine again, maybe I'll do better, you know. And then, of course, going to therapy, you know, figuring out maybe internal things that are bothering you that you haven't, you yourself couldn't figure out, or, you know, you didn't see this type of, you know, side of what could be conflicting you inside that's causing you to be anxious or depressed, or maybe you haven't addressed the problem that you should have addressed, and then your anxiety is just alerting you like, go address this, you know, with this person, because it's giving you anxiety. So to me, I learned anxiety is really just alerts, it's notifications to tell you what either you're doing or not doing. You know what I mean? I'm anxious. I could be anxious because I'm drinking too much, or I could be anxious because I haven't hit my run yet. So let me just go hit my run and I'll feel better. I'm in tune. I'm this, I'm that. My goodish. You know what I mean? I'm living in my purpose and in my truth. That's when I started feeling better. When I started just realizing, all right, what's the truth? Why am I feeling anxiety? If I'm not living in truth, then I'm going to feel anxiety. I'm going to get depressed from it. That's just who I am. So that's the things that I figured out through that time. So I hope that if anybody heard this, maybe they could just help them figure out their situation.
Ryan, it's not easy for people to talk about it. We appreciate you talking about it and giving advice for people. Don't forget, this weekend, Ryan Garcia meets Javier Fortuna in a lightweight showdown. He's ready. That left hook. Oh, you better watch out for it. A crypto arena. Don't forget, this is going to be a great fight. He's back in the ring.
It's going to be a great fight for 4 rounds, maybe less. Don't lie to the people. It's going to be a short, great, explosive fight. Say short, great. Short and great. You know, short and sweet. Remember your teacher said, keep it short and sweet. Remember back in the day? They were like, keep it short and sweet. So we're going to keep it like that. SNS, short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
And we're gonna beat this dude's ass. He's crazy. He told me he is crazy. He went to my DM saying, "I'm gonna rip your heart out." Blah blah blah. I'm gonna eat your face. I said, yummy. And you know what I mean? I was just like kind of laughing at it. I was like, all right, let's see. All right. Then if that's the energy we're bringing in the ring, you better hope your corner stops it, because I know your face is gonna be messed up. But all right, man. Love you guys. You guys are the best. I'm gonna go destroy this dude. I'm gonna go destroy this day. This day's my day. You know what I mean? I'm already, doing good. My day started off great. Love you guys so much. Thank you
Appreciate
for this interview. We on to the next.
He has the left hook like Thor's hammer. There you go. That's Thor's hammer. There you
go.
Which
one though? He got two. He got the axe one.
Oh, so maybe the right hand can turn into the axe.
Yeah.
And the left is the hammer. There you go.
There it is. We just gotta find Mighty Thor. Where's the Love and Thunder Thor? The girl.
Yep. We appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, guy.
Thank you.